Okay. Okay. Let me share the screen. Hare Krishna, welcome all of you. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya, Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya, Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. We are just reciting the invocation prayer. Om Ajnana Timirandasya Jnananjana Shalakya Satchiroन्मीलितान येन तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः श्री चैतन्य मनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूप कदा माह्यं ददाति स्वपादान्तिकं हे कृष्ण करुण सिन्धो दीनबन्धो जगत्पते गोपेशा गोपिका कान्ता राधा कान्ता नमोस्तुते तप्त कांचन गौरंगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छ कल्पतारुभ्यस्य कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधारा श्रीवासवादि गौर भक्त वृंद। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। Welcome once again and our obeisance to Radha Govinda deities, and let's begin the journey. And before we proceed to this, I would also thank you all for the questions, lovely questions, and it took time for me to answer them. Just 2 questions are left, and I'm answering and sending it, putting it in the as a document in your in the WhatsApp group, so you will be able to read and keep it as a reference. Kindly do not leave the group. We have just started, we have just begun the journey, and if you find the postings, a lot of postings are there and too much, and then we are not able to handle, our phone is getting stuck or something, kindly read it, send it to your email, and it can be deleted. So that should not be the criteria of leaving the journey or getting down from the train, from the running train, in fact, because we are all like, we don't have so much of time, and we have so many things that's happening in our life as per what I have seen those questions, which is very, very important. And we are trying to relate because this is science and spirituality. Okay, so when we do it under that heading, you will understand that each and every chapter, how it is connected to my life and how it is so relevant, how it is so beautiful. Even today, I'm able to get some answer from this. So that is the journey which we are doing. So I really request you all to be with us, and those who chanted today, thank you so much to all those devotees. And especially I found another Grishma Sam and Rashikar Prabhu, of course, Sirijita Mataji, all of you, thank you, Prajesh Prabhu also. We proceed every time, anything that happens in our life, from the beginning, whatever has happened, if we sit back, I hope you're all started writing those journals also, the questions that I gave yesterday. If we sit back and start giving the gratitude from our wholeheartedly, from our, beginning with the parents, with the teachers, with the siblings, with the friends, whosoever has helped us, it should be an altitude of gratitude. That gratitude, thanking from within, is really makes a lot of difference. That vibration is a very positive vibrations to all of us. Okay, instead of thinking negative, oh my god, isne aise bola, who said this, she said that, that's how it hurt, and then they don't care about me. So all those questions have got the answer in this. So today we are getting into this chapter 2, which is you will be really surprised. When it is Sankhya Yoga and it is a summary of Gita, then why are we having the 3rd and 4th and so many chapters, 18 chapters? And so when it is a summary of Gita, so that is where, he gave the gist of everything in this, but then as we all have those questions, on our behalf, Arjuna started having so many questions. If you think about it, he was shivering, shaking his limbs, and then Gandiva fell. How he was like, looking at Bhishma and Dronacharya. He asked, please take me this, that whole conversation begins in the battleground. So in this, if you really want to know why, when everything has been given, why is he like, still asking? So here Arjuna submits to Lord Krishna as his disciple, and Krishna begins his teachings to Arjuna by explaining the fundamental distinction between the temporary material body and the eternal spiritual soul. This is the important message in this. The Lord explains the process of transmigration, the nature of selfless services to the Supreme, and the characteristics of a self-realized person. This is just a gist, but we'll go in detail in this. So before we get into the chapter, okay, you need to ask yourself, every one of you, as we will not be able to take those questions, take those answers. I will read, we are identifying these irrational beliefs because it's science and spirituality. Believe it, whether they are irrational beliefs or they are rational beliefs, this is what we are going to think. I always have this feeling, like I'm talking about on all your behalf. Everyone needs to like you. It is awful if someone dislikes you. Okay. You have to, in your mind, or keep a pencil and paper and put a tick. You must be competent and perfect in all that you undertake. Yes or no, or sometimes you can just put it in your mistakes are sure proof that you are a failure. When I commit some mistake, it clearly shows that I'm a failure. Does it happen with you? Do you think like that? Put a tick. Yes, no, sometimes. You should never hurt anyone or refuse a request or favor. It's horrible if things don't turn out the way you want. It's horrible. I mean, this is the feeling, okay? The thought process that goes into our intellect, that goes into our mind. You are helpless and have no control over your feelings or experiences. You will be rejected if you don't go to great lengths to please others. There is a perfect love and a perfect relationship. So if you think all these statements, like sometimes yes or no, these three of the things, you have to just put a tick. You shouldn't have to feel pain. Life should always be fair. Your worth as a human being depends on how much you achieve and produce. The statements I'm reading, it is a little, maybe, if I have to slow down, I can. But these are all, we are identifying these irrational beliefs, that whether we have these thought process or not. If you have more than 6 sometimes, or no or yes, that means we are okay. So this is how we need to assess ourselves. I will get back to you once we finish the chapter. I will ask you. So keep these in your mind, that do I believe in all this or I don't believe? I totally don't believe or I believe. So let's move on. So what is it that 5 features of consciousness are as under? Now, everybody's thought, my consciousness, my mind, my intellect, my consciousness is something which everybody knows. Nobody knows. The surgeon, the great scientist, the, all research scholars, everybody is trying to find out. Your consciousness, your mind, your intellect, your chit, nobody knows. Only you will know. So consciousness is not a property of body, mind, intellect. It's totally different. Okay, so consciousness is an independent principle which pervades the BMI, is body, mind, and intellect, and makes BMI alive. Once that consciousness is gone, that's the soul, that is gone. That means, the body, mind, intellect doesn't have anything. The super soul also goes away. Consciousness is not limited by the boundaries of the BMI. It is all pervading like space. It's eternal. It is anadi. Consciousness continues to exist even after the BMI disintegrates. We will relate it to with Bhagavad Gita, okay, in this chapter. This is very, very important. When a scientist is talking about all consciousness, how is it connected with the Supreme Soul? How is it connected with spirituality is what we are going to try to find out. So is body, mind, intellect is all connected with the consciousness, or consciousness makes all these things to move around? This is what we are going to find out. Consciousness continues to exist even after the BMI disintegrates. This is like the presence of electricity even after the removal of the bulb. Please try to understand. The surviving consciousness after death of the body is not accessible for transaction since there is a medium through which it can express itself. It is the Atma. Okay. I'm going a little faster because these are the features which we are going to get the explanation from Krishna to Arjuna. So we are trying to connect how science and spirituality is connected, which is very relevant for us today, in today's world, also in today's our existence in the material world. We are all connecting it. How the body, the soul, how is it different? Is it different? Am I prema as a soul? Am I prema the body? So all these things we are going to find out. So when you see this, many of you, those who are psychology students, may also know, but then what is happening? We have three levels, ego, superego. I will not go into detail of the psychology thing, but at least here, when you see the conscious mind is only 10%. That is the willpower, long-term memory, logical reasoning, critical thinking. Okay. And 90% of this iceberg, if you see the beliefs, the emotions, the habits, the values, the protective reactions, long-term memory, imagination, everything is below. So some things which we know what we are, there are some things which others know what we are. There are few things which both of us do not know. It is in the unconscious level also. Here you will see that the iceberg, what has got is like conscious level, subconscious level, unconscious level. So most of the time, all our activities is like, just the tip. What you see, what we have, that consciousness is what the way we act, but everything is underneath. So that becomes an instrument to push you. So you will now have to connect, when we say the modes of passion, mode of goodness, mode of ignorance, and what we brought with us, the soul had all that memory, and that is how we are into this material world. We are born and again born, and the birth and death takes place. This has the connection. Okay, so the soul is covered, the Atma is covered by gross and subtle body. Now, how is it subtle body? The gross body is earth, water, air, fire, ether. Ether is that, the space, the sound. Now, the soul is Sat Chit Ananda. It is like with the Supreme Soul. It is eternal. It is Anadi. It gets the body and comes here. The subtle body is mind, false ego, and intelligence. Just the basics you understand, and then let's listen to Krishna, what he tells Arjuna. Okay, so we are going to connect all this. Am I body? Who am I? That is the answer here. Who am I? Am I the son, the daughter, so am I the connection with the body and the soul is what we are going to understand in this. Then, oh, he is hurting me, he is anxiety, and I never said this, and so those things will not have any value. Just keep watching, keep going. So, okay, what did we learn yesterday? We learned that Arjuna, because of that compassion, no enjoyment, if I get up and fight, and it's a big sin, and the family traditions will really fall apart, and indecision is what in this chapter he has. So with these 5 things, he began, and what did he do? He said, okay, now Lord Krishna, many of you have at least 5-6 questions I saw. Who is Krishna? Is he Bhagwan? Is he a human being? Is he like us? So I felt this is very important for us to understand. Bhagavan spoke, where from impurities come upon you, Arjuna. That is, kalmasham. Like, where did you get this? You are, you have been such a great, he was like sage-like. So how did you get this? Now, who is Krishna? When you ask, Lord Krishna is the absolute truth. Okay, the supreme personality of Godhead. Now, Brahman, Paramatma, Bhagavan. This is the level. And this is the analogy that you see here. That is the sunshine is the Brahman. Sun surface is Paramatma. Then sun planet is Bhagavan. Okay, keep watching the sun. You will see the Brahman is the shine, the sunshine. The surface, what you see is the Paramatma. Then the planet itself is Bhagavan. Now he is all pervasive. All right. So he is there, the best of everything. He has all riches. Okay, Parashara Muni has said that he is all riches, all fame, all strength, all beauty, all knowledge, all renunciation. If anybody who has, all fame with this in this material world, maybe is all riches and all fame, then everything put together and the best of it is what is Lord Krishna. Okay, so Arjuna is now here, Aryan, who knows the values of the spiritual realization, based on the spiritual realization. That's why he's called like that. He is deviating from performing his duty as Kshatriya. He's trying to deviate because he says, no, because of his compassion, because of his kindness, because of his karunya bhava. So that is the reason why he says, no, I don't want to fight. It's not worth. It is a sin. It is like, everybody is going to die. That's not the right thing to do. So this I'm sharing because many have the question, who is Krishna? We and Krishna, we are all eternal. Okay. The quantity wise, quality wise, 64 opulences of effulgences, what he has, nobody can equal. There is no comparison. Cannot be anybody who can be compared. He came down, he descended, he can descend. We are all just part and particles. That's what we're going to go in detail. So, Mataji, you will read the shlokas. Grishma Mataji, Karpanya dosho, Mahatasva.
कार्पण्य दोषोपहते स्वभावा रचम्मि त्वं धर्म समुद्धचेता यच्छ्रेयस्य निश्चितं ब्रूहि तन्मे शिष्यातेऽहं सन्धि मां त्वं प्रपाणाम्.
Very good. Thank you, Mataji. Very nice. So now I'm confused. Arjuna says, now I'm confused about my duty. And I've lost all composure. I'm not composed. I don't have peace of mind. I'm not composed. I'm still in the confusion stage. So it's karpanya dosho, because of the weakness. In this condition, I'm asking you to tell me clearly what is best for me. Now I am your disciple. Now he says, first he was friend. Now he says, I'm disciple. I'm ready now. I have surrendered. Now please instruct me. Take me as your disciple and tell me. Okay. Yesterday I said that he is the best teacher. Why Krishna is the best teacher? Unconditional positive regard. He is a good listener. He is not judgmental. Not only listening, he gives a smile. He accepts. He understands the confusion. Now he shows it in his gesture. He is also slowly, and not a sarcastic comment, but he gives, come on now, foolish. How could it be possible? So you are such a great personality. What does it mean? The psychiatrist, the greatest psychiatrist, I have been telling, that's Krishna. He is allowing Arjuna to come out with lot of queries, lot of questions. When somebody is making the student to ask questions more and more, that itself shows that, then little bit is asking, he gives. Because if the student is so curious, so inquisitive to know, Krishna is ready to give more and more. That's how we got. Okay, so he says, now I am not composed, so please, Karpanya dosha bhada svabhava prichami tvam dharma samuda cheta. So this is a very important shloka. Everybody can chant once, at least one shloka every day. Okay, so what is happening? So who is Krishna? People were asking me. At the end, you will see only the vision. Everybody thinks, there is something beyond this. Is it that? He's just watching you. It's a bird with all the fruits is watching and nothing is behind. Bhagavan is Dhanavan, Shaktivan. He has all 6 opulences in full. This we have already seen is the strongest, is the richest, is most beautiful, most famous, the wisest, and the most renounced. Means he is not attached, he is detached, but he is everything. He is the cause and Karan. He is the Karana. Okay, he is the cause for everything, but he is not attached. He is the cause, he is above the modes of goodness, or mode of passion, or mode of ignorance. You all would have heard Rajas, Sattva, Rajas, and Tamas. Okay, so now two of the birds, what you have to see, we are, one is like watching, is as an Antaryami sitting inside. He's watching us. Yes, Mataji. Dehi knows me.
देहिनोऽस्मिन् यथा देहे कौमारं यौवनं जरा ततद्देहान्तरप्राप्तिर्धीरस्तत्र न मुह्यति.
As the embodied soul continually passes in this body from boyhood to youth to old age, the soul similarly passes into another body at death. The self-realized soul is not bewildered by such a change. So as if we are changing the clothes, that's how every time the soul transmigration takes place. We'll share one, 7 minutes of what ISKCON has produced about this birth and death cycle, what is being given in Srimad Bhagavatam. And it clearly shows, once it is done, Jara Amaran, like, you birth, then growing up. So, okay, once you grow up and then you attain the teen, adolescent, after that, naturally, you get into the adulthood and then old age, so then death. So this cycle, and then birth and death cycle, in between there is nothing. There is old age and disease. So we are with these four defects. So you are seeing in this image. Jnana. So now, you know what? Fight. There is no death for the soul. This is a very, very important message from Shloka 11 to Shloka 30. The important message is there is no death for the soul. Death is eternal. Soul changing from one body to another. Therefore, since no soul can die, Arjuna would not be killing. Somebody asked me, the question was like, if someone has lost someone very near and dear, these things cannot be told, but then they also know. We can empathize with them. So the soul is all pervading, all existing, anadhi, it is there. It's only the body which is perished. Performance of duty must not be affected by happiness and distress arising from sense perception. Because I get the happiness and I'm distressed, so these are all sense perception only. We are perceiving these senses. But the performance of duty cannot be affected. Whatever said and done, I need to be doing my prescribed duty. Okay, these are all the shloka numbers 11 to 13, 16 to 25. So atheistic and materialistic theory is in 26. The eternal, indestructible, immutable soul cannot be killed. Very important message of this chapter. Soul cannot be killed, and the temporary body cannot be saved. Therefore, fight. So when Yaksha Prajna, that is when all the Pandavas, they went to one after another, went to fetch water. So that story will come. Yudhishthira finally went that, then Yamadharma Raja only asked questions. So what is it, that is so funny and humorous is everybody knows that once one is born, they will have to die. But that is not accepted. That is the most weird thing in this world. Everyone knows. So it cannot be like soul cannot die, but the body perishes. Okay. So 20 to 21 is soul never is born nor dies, unborn, eternal, and ever existing. So the transformation of body, it goes on. So soul does not go on those changes. Transformation of body, what happens? Birth, remains, grows, produces offsprings, dwindles, and dies. Soul neither takes birth nor dies. It's unborn, it's eternal, it's ever existing, indestructible, immutable, not slain when body is slain, primeval. So primeval. That is, how can somebody kill the soul or cause anyone to kill? So Krishna is trying to make him understand that the symptom of soul is consciousness. That's why I said consciousness, subconscious, unconscious, what we saw. That is the science. And we are now connecting it to what is being given in Bhagavad Gita. Even if we cannot find soul physically in the region of heart, we can understand, perceive by the symptom that is consciousness. Example, sun covered by clouds. You know, a lot of surgeons are who can see the mind. Where is the mind? Where is the mind? Nobody knows. Okay, is it here? Is it there? Is it there? Now, is it the subtle? Is it the gross? Is it the... So that consciousness which sits inside is only felt. It's the Atma. Soul is full of eternal, full of knowledge and blissful, currently covered by its desire to enjoy, separate from Krishna. That is the biggest tragedy. You know, it is separating from Krishna, separating ourselves, thinking that we are the doers, we are doing everything. That is where the problem comes. There are two kinds of soul, minute particle soul, Anu Atma, and the super soul is Vibhu Atma. The consciousness of super soul is different to that of particle soul. Super soul knows about past, present, and future all the time, whereas particle soul, we are all just particles subjected to forgetfulness. Thank God. Otherwise, if I remember 100 of Janma, I have to keep searching my parents, my grandparents of that Janma, this Janma, I will be doing only that. So once we come out of the, we come out, we are born, we forget everything. We don't know. But till 7th month onwards, still we are in the mother's womb. We still remember, it seems. You know, we ask Krishna, take us back. Violent has its utility. Manu Samhita, that is, murderer should be killed, otherwise will suffer in his next life. Similarly, fighting under direct order of Krishna is not violence. Example, surgical operation is meant for curing and not killing. This is the, yes, Mataji, you can read. Nainam Chintanti. This is characteristics of the soul.
Nainam Chindanti Shastrani, Nainam
Shastrani. Shastrani. With
Yeah.
with any weapon, you cannot. Yes.
Nainam Chindanti Shastrani, Nainam Dahati Pavakaha, Nachainam Kledayantyopa, Nasosyati Marutaha.
Thank you. Very nice. The soul can never be cut into pieces by any weapon, nor can he be burned by fire, nor moistened by water, nor withered by the wind. That is the beauty of the soul. You can see this. The soul can never be cut into pieces. So, Uttishta, get up and go and fight. Now, what is the beauty is, like, you know, when you fight this war, if you lose, you will still be there. Where if you are able to win the war, you are going to be the king. If you were as a Kshatriya, you know, if you fight and then die in the battlefield, even then you have done your prescribed duty. You will go to the heaven only. That's what is this. Yes. Hatova. Hatova. Mataji.
हतो वा प्राप्यसि स्वर्गं जित्वा वा भोक्ष्यसे महीं तस्मादुत्तिष्ठ कौन्तेय युद्धाय कृतनिश्चयः.
Thank you, Mataji. It is so well spoken. You have seen the picture there. You have seen that image. So get up. So you are going to heavenly planet if you are killed in the battlefield. Okay. Or you will conquer and enjoy the earthly kingdom. That's what he was having the throne on this. Therefore, get up and fight with determination. That determination, Maha Vishwasam, Krishna has told me, I need to. So because he asked Krishna, tell me now, I have become your disciple. I will do whatever you say. I cannot now, you know, I'm not composed. Now I know what you say is the right thing to do. Yes. Avaji. 37, Mataji.
अवाच्य वदंश्च बाहुन् वदिष्यन्ति तव हितः निन्दन्तास्तव समर्थ्यां ततो दुःखतरं नु किम्.
Thank you. Your enemies will describe. So if you don't fight, what will happen? They will describe you in many unkind words. and scorn your ability. What could be more painful for you? As a Kshatriya, if you don't fight, you run away. Krishna is also called Ranachod. Ranachod. Rana is like, the fighting, and he ran away. Actually, he knew that Jarasandhan cannot be fought. That is another story. But here, if you don't fight, what will happen? Everybody is going to say that, you are a coward, you don't know anything. So they will speak all unkind words. That is not the right thing. So they will all have a doubt on your ability also. So what will be that you are not really that warrior, you are not that strong enough to fight the war. So major theme in this is difference between Sankhya, that is Sankhya yoga is this. Although it is given as the Bhagavad Gita in a gist, that whole summary, it is Sankhya yoga. So here Nishkama karma, that is Buddhi yoga, yoga of intelligence, working without fruitive results. We all do. I desire something, I want the way I'm thinking. If I don't get that desire to be fulfilled, then I get really mad, I get angry, and that is the whole process where my own body gets all those problems. No one else gets any problem because of that desire. Okay, so working without fruitive result is what is Nishkama Karma Yoga, free from bondage of reaction. When you see that acting in such knowledge, when I understand this, then I will act with knowledge. So what is this knowledge? It will be free from bondage of reaction. I will not react, I will respond to things. Inactivity also is not possible. The soul has to be active. We will go in detail in this chapter about the soul and body, the relationship. As we move on, we will know. But these slides is like just to understand Nishkama Karma Yoga is what. I am not going to be, because I have started Buddhi Yoga, I am not going to be expecting the results. All right. So Jnana is Sankhya Yoga. It's an analytical study. That Sankhya Yoga is basically the soul and material body. So first we found in the first chapter that, all that bewilderment and grief and pain. The second chapter, it is clearly who am I, the self-realization. Am I a body? Am I a soul? Will you tell that, somebody is going to say, oh, so there are stories related to this. Bharata, Jada Bharata. I would like one of you to tell this story tomorrow. Do read and come. How Bharata, it is not Hindustan, it is not India, it is Bharat. How did that name come? And how the soul and material body relationship with Jada Bharata story has got. It is in Srimad Bhagavatam. You will see it there. So this chapter has so much of relevance to that. So Sankhya Yoga, is it inactive way? Do I need to renounce the work? Do I need to be like using my intelligence and then do the work, having that knowledge? So contemplate on the fact that we are soul and not the body. So that is the jnana. That is the transcendental knowledge that we get from this. Okay. Now, is this wrong or right? What is this in this? What do you see? Hanuman, he just set the fire. Was that right or wrong? Vibhishana left his brother and came and surrendered to Sri Rama on this image. Was it right or wrong? Think about it. So that's what we gave an example. Surgeon doing the surgery, maybe cutting the limbs, maybe opening the heart. So it's painful. Is it wrong or right? That's how these also, indicates. He left. So they are with the dharma. They are doing their rightful thing. Okay. So what is it? Now there are 5 questions. So 5 answers are coming up. Devotional service. I get into this devotional. So Lord explains acting in Buddhi Yoga is beneficial. How is it beneficial? Acting for Krishna. So Buddhi Yoga is Karma Yoga, Nishkama Karma. We will be studying this in detail in chapter 5. Chapter 2 has got everything in gist, right? So Karma Yoga, I'm doing karma, I'm doing the action, but everything leaving it to Krishna. It is not, I am not the doer. That is important. So I have the strong faith. When I have the strong faith, then one gets elevated to higher platform. So resolute, like I am all my actions, all my duties, all my activities here, I'm just leaving it to him. So that faith I have, that is how I will be able to do the duty. Somebody asked, why am I doing the duty when the other person doesn't even care? Okay, am I doing all these activities because somebody is going to care about me, or am I doing the duty because it is prescribed duty for me? That's it. I am not expecting anything from the other person. If they do the care and kindness, it is their karma. If I am taking that action of doing my prescribed duty, it is my karma. My karma is nishkama karma yoga. Yoga itself is the linking between the soul and the super soul. Who is this? Anybody can unmute and tell. Who is this?
Ma'am, Arjuna.
Yes, Arjuna. So look at the focus, right? So, yes, Mataji, read the 41 shloka.
व्यवसायात्मिका बुद्धिरेकेः कुरु नन्दन बहुशाखा ह्यनन्ताश्च बुद्धियो व्यवसायिनाम्.
Just eka kuru, just keep focusing on one thing. What is it you're focusing? So the focusing is only, I could see the eye. That means my prescribed duty as a wife, as a daughter, as a mother, as a student. What is it? That is what I'm doing. As a student, as an employee. So when today's context, that is most important. So I have just focus on that and do my best. Rest all, just leave it. Yes, Mataji.
Shri Bhagavan Uvacha प्रजहाति यदा कामान् सर्वान् पार्थमनोगतान् आत्मन्येवात्मना तुष्टः स्थितप्रज्ञस्तदोच्यते.
So now we move on to Sthita Prajna Muni. So the blessed Lord said, "O Partha, when a man gives up all varieties of sense desire, oh, I'm just reading this, and then meanwhile I see beautiful girl there, and my senses, my eyes goes there, and then I see the TV program is going on, then my senses is there. So the mind travels very quick, okay, 9,000 kilometers immediately within fraction of a second. Mind is never in our control. So the sense desire which arise from mental concoction, and when his mind finds satisfaction in the self alone, then he is said to be in pure transcendental consciousness. So when he is in the transcendental consciousness, what happens is that he is into the total focus. That is Sthita Prajna. That means he is into the total focus, and there itself he will be there. Where is he? He is in the transcendental consciousness. He is never diverted. He is focused. He is totally into that. How does he get it there? And how does he walk? How does he sit? All these now Arjuna is going to ask. Now you all know. So much of faith. Who is this?
Prahlad Maharaj.
This? Yes, Prahlad Maharaj. Very good. So you see all of them, whatever they did, but he has that Mahavishwasam. He had so much of that, faith that he never moved an inch. He knew that as an Antaryami, Krishna, Vishnu, Narasimha Prabhu later on only decided that he will come in that avatar. So he knew Narayana is inside. Nobody can do anything. He had, but then he also did not have any ill feeling for his father. That's the beauty. See, his father hurt him to such an extent that Prahlad Maharaj could never ever imagine. From the fetus onwards, he had that Upadesham from Narada. So this is how, we can at least try to do till there. Even sitting in the fire, getting, falling down from the mountain, still he had that faith. What does it show? That is the path which, Srila Prabhupada also you're seeing. Just eat minimum, and then what has to be done has to be done. He wrote all those books, and he sat among the hippies. He sat and he did all this work. Yes, Mataji. 62.
ध्यायतो विषयान् पुंसः सङ्गस्तेषुपजायते सङ्गात् सञ्जायते कामा कामात् क्रोधोऽभिजायते.
Thank you, Mataji. Very good. Hare Krishna. While contemplating the objects of the senses, a person develops attachment. Start, oh, I need to watch this at 7 o'clock, whatever certain. I need to have this in this restaurant. So slowly the sensation, the senses, takes control of your mind and intellect and your soul. And from such attachment, lust develops. And from lust, anger arises. The lust, greed, and that leading to anger, the desire, lust, then greed and anger. These are all the hell, the gateway for the hell. You're seeing that here. Yes. Krodha. Yes, Mataji. Krodha bhavati. Sammoha.
Krodhat. Sorry, Mataji. This connection issues.
Okay, sorry, no problem.
क्रोधात् भवति सम्मोहः सम्मोहात् स्मृतिविभ्रमः स्मृतिभ्रंशात् बुद्धिनाशो बुद्धिनाशात् प्रणश्यति.
Buddhinasha, that is what? The anger, complete delusion arises. And from delusion, bewilderment of memory. Loss of memory, everything is gone. When memory is bewildered, intelligence is lost. We cannot use our intelligence. And when intelligence is lost, one falls down again into this material world. Again, we have this. How do we come out? It is so scary. It is so scary. The objects of senses, all sense organs, eyes, nose, ears, mouth, talk any word, say anything. I hurt him so well. I just don't care. Think about it. What all we do. How much we are fallen, but we have already come to this even by listening. That is the first process of this Nava Bhakti. You will see the Bhakti Nava 9 ways of getting attached and getting detached. So where we detach, where we attach is what we will be knowing. So first is listening. That's what we are all doing now. You're already into this. So that is, that has given you at least the meaning and the objective, and the goal. You already have the goal also. So the objects of the senses gets attachment, and then the lust, the anger, the delusion, bewilderment of memory. What we saw is in the figure form. So theme for chapter 2 is work externally like other people. And externally, do not renounce work. Don't renounce the work. Keep doing it. But internally renounced and attached to Krishna. You need something, no? So people, many of you have asked this question, how that attachment and detachment can take place. So when you attach to something else, and naturally from the material world, you get detached. It doesn't mean that you don't act. Your soul is always active. So the activity will keep on going. So Arjuna didn't want to fight because of compassion. Okay. So the answer is we are not body. Already Krishna has said. Then Arjuna did not want because he said there is no enjoyment. So he said, no, heaven or kingdom, you're going to get any one of them. Then he said, no, it's sinful activity. Oh, then devotional activity, it is not sin. It is devotional activity. Then destruction of family tradition, he got the answer. Be a role model to prevent Varna Shankara. That means you are the role model. You make sure that dharma is established. How is it established? You become the dharma king. So your Yudhishthira is going to become the king, means you are going to really help. That means you are going to prevent somebody kidnapping someone, somebody taking someone, and somebody not doing their prescribed, whatever has to be done for the ancestors. All these things will not happen. Okay, then indecision is what came into another question. Serve the Lord with firm determination, with the focus. Okay, so there we know that this is not going to really get you into trouble. You are already there. You are going to reach to such a place where that detachment will make sure that you get attached to Krishna. Okay. Now this is a bigger, I mean the largest 72, and then of course the 18th chapter will have 78 shlokas. Although it is a gist, but the message is only two. One, I am not the body, but I'm the soul. And I am the soul, I am connected with the super soul. Yes, Mohini Mataji, we can have the all those questions, and those questions still be taken care, writing and sending. So I would like you to ask questions. Thank you, Grishma Mataji. Thank you so much.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna. Mohini Mataji, yes.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
Mataji, my question is that somewhere I read that Lord Krishna, after all his leelas in Vrindavan, he departed to Golok Vrindavan Dham with his all other associates. So my actual question is the personality who is giving this divine knowledge in the battlefield of Kurukshetra. This who is this personality when Krishna departed earlier after doing all his leelas, performing all his leelas?
They are not two different people. Mohini Mataji, he's still there. He was there 120 years. When they fought, almost 80 to 85 years of age, but they looked 25. They were all contemporary. Arjuna and Krishna, it was Krishna who spoke. If you have that impersonal form, it's some energy which is speaking. No. He clearly says in Srimad Bhagavatam, in all our scriptures, it clearly says that I am a person. I am a person. He is not Brahman. He is not energy. Okay. It is not someone else who spoke. It is Krishna who came. Krishna who spoke. He went to Goloka Vrindavan after all this. Okay. So after Kurukshetra war also he was there. So everybody went, and it was someone else who spoke in the battleground is not the truth.
No,
so
Mataji.
I understand. We will have those chapters also. 6 and 12, 7, 6, 7, 12. These things will clearly tell you that I am a person. Krishna is a person. He still lived. He was the one in Kurukshetra war, Virata Swarupam. He was the one who spoke. Okay. But be with us. That's a good question that you have.
Sorry, Mataji, but I'm not satisfied, right? Somewhere I read that Krishna, no doubt he is person. I have no doubt in this. But I read that he departed to Golok Vrindavan after performing all his leelas of Vrindavan. Then this battlefield, this scene was like a later one. So this is
Later
a
of
doubt.
what? Later of what? The year is different.
Vrindavan Leelas, after Vrindavan Leelas, this is a later part.
Okay, so I understand why this question comes, because there are different cults. I don't want to name any of the cult, but then some of them have clearly said that it is not the truth. Okay, so but then wait, I understand. I fully understand that if you are not convinced, it is fine. But 6th, 7th, 12th chapter, when we read that, we will be able to understand. Okay, 11th chapter clearly talks about the Virat Swarupa. He is sitting there. He is also explaining. He is showing. He is also watching. Okay, so yes.
Thank you, Mataji.
Okay, somebody wants to know about me. Okay, I'm a psychologist. I'm a counselor. I am in US. I am a professor. I teach the students in America. I'm in a college. I'm a professor. What else? I think I did explain. I did give the introduction in my first, when I began. But then that's nice. You wanted to know, so I'm just explaining. I've been teaching here, and I've been the consultant with WHO, UNICEF, and UNFPA, and all those international organizations, Ministry of Health. And I began my career as a Kendriya Vidyalaya teacher. Since last 40 years, I've been teaching, and Yes, I'm happy to be with you all, and thank you so much. Okay, so